Republicans caught in scandalous cover-up. Today on Radio AI, we explore today's explosive story. Following a short summary, we will play the top 20 comments from the opinions of over 1,000 Americans. After the comments, we will turn to Judgy Judgeston, our in-house legal and political expert, for an opinion. Enjoy our show, and remember to like and subscribe.
In a sickening display of partisan deceit and moral bankruptcy, the Republican Party has once again plunged to new depths of hypocrisy, shamelessly concealing a scandalous cover-up that reeks of corruption and malfeasance. With unbridled rage, the nation recoils in disgust at the nauseating spectacle unfolding before their eyes. Under the cloak of self-righteousness, GOP operatives have brazenly buried the truth, betraying the very principles they claim to uphold. Their actions serve as a damning indictment of a party consumed by avarice and disdain for the rule of law. This isn't just another case of political malpractice, it's a grotesque perversion of democracy itself. The American people are left seething with righteous anger, their trust shattered by the callous disregard for truth and transparency displayed by those who purport to represent them. As the stench of Republican corruption wafts through the halls of power, the public demands justice, their fury fueling a righteous crusade against the tyranny of deceit. The GOP may try to deflect and obfuscate, but their culpability is undeniable, and they will be held accountable for their treacherous betrayal of the American people.
Thank you, Harrison. Now let's hear the opinions and comments of average Americans.
The deplorables who watch Fox would never question their prejudices.
I am confused. I thought the DOJ was only weaponized against Republicans.
Kind of like the people who watch MSNBC. There's plenty of narrow-mindedness to go around. My advice is not to watch cable news. They just spout what they think their audience wants to hear, and that's true of both sides.
Pausch claims that MSNBC is the same as Fox, which means he has either never watched MSNBC, in which case he is speaking from pure ignorance, or he is deliberately lying in order to create a false equivalency.
I recently tested ChatGPT with the provocative questions, why do viewers believe the lies on Fox MSNBC? I expected the usual neutral bot response, but Chat returned surprisingly stark data and studies, basically saying that Fox was known propaganda and that MSNBC was statistically more accurate than any of the other cable news networks.
I'll make this simple. Republicans must lie. It is their #1 binding trait. They must tell lies, they must smear, and they are self-programmed to believe lies. Trump is the most damaging liar in U.S. history, so of course he is the Republican chosen god and candidate. He does indeed represent them, all of them. In another story, Fani Willis accuses defense of lying in fiery testimony at Georgia hearing start the lawsuits. This is a great short video on this subject of this article. Spectacular embarrassment. GOP's informant arrested and charged with lying about Biden's. Once again, Fox, Hannity, Jordan, Green, the Trumps, Giuliani, Navarro, Bannon, Stone, Powell, Comer, all of them lied. Hur lied in his smeared DOJ report. They must lie. It is their nature, as sure as a rat chews or mold spreads spores or fleas jump. Lying is like cocaine and ecstasy to Republicans. Someday when people look back, this won't be the age of AI or cell phones. It will be the age of mass lying. Fox and all right-wing media and their preachers are lie smear factories. The product they produce is lying.
Well, Trump's people are liars, who knew?
Dante reserved the lowest circle of hell for the treacherous, those who betray. In other words, today's Republicans, betraying the taxpayers who support them, the Constitution, their country, their Christian God, our allies, and especially their citizen supporters.
Joe Biden looks like a world leader. Trump looks like a criminal sitting behind all those defense tables spending the RNC's money.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck.
30% of Americans will still claim it's a platypus.
Wait for it. Wait for it. U.S. authorities said that when agents questioned Smirnov again in 2023, he repeated some past false claims, changed other parts of his story, and suggested new falsehoods after claiming to have met with Russian officials. And there it is. Anyone shocked to learn the Republican persecution of Joe and Hunter Biden traces back through a lying Russian agent to Moscow? Me either.
The funniest thing about the House Republican clowns constantly trying to concoct bogus Hunter Biden scandals is they are accusing him of doing things that Jared Kushner and Ivanka actually did. Hunter Biden wouldn't even be in the top 5 of the most corrupt Trump kids and their spouses.
Thursday's indictment suggests that in reality, at least some of the corruption charges that have been leveled against the Bidens were lies.
It will be fun to watch the entire Biden impeachment scam fall apart in the full glare of public attention. Sorry, MAGA GOP. Trump is corrupt to the core, and you're not going to find anything on President Biden.
Maybe someone thought they were buying influence, and maybe Hunter let them think so. Not good, but not criminal. Now getting $2 billion windfall from Saudi prince after negotiating arms deals looks a lot worse.
I'll be practicing my shocked face for when we find out that Smirnov was on Kremlin payroll.
Thank you for all the great comments, and thank you for bookmarking radioai.ca. And for the final comment of the day, the Honorable Judgy Judgerston.
Ladies and gentlemen, what unfolds before us is not merely a tale, but a heart-wrenching saga of betrayal and demise. Every American with even a shred of awareness knows the bitter truth. The Republicans are ensnared in the clutches of corruption, tearing at the very fabric of our nation. It's a reality we've reluctantly accepted, as Russia's sinister machinations relentlessly gnaw at the foundations of our democracy, leaving scars of devastation in their wake. The Smirnov debacle is but another gory chapter in this tragic narrative, a blatant reminder of the rot festering within our political system. Each glance at the state of American politics feels like a visceral blow, evoking memories of my days studying paleoanthropology, where the echoes of ancient civilization's demise resonate with chilling familiarity. As I sip the bitter dregs of my morning coffee, I sink into the plush embrace of my executive chair, haunted by visions of future anthropologists unearthing the shattered remnants of our once great civilization. I can almost hear their solemn whispers as they dissect the skeletal remains, revealing the harrowing tale of a society starved of truth and besieged by calamity. The bones, contaminated by the radioactive fallout of our own hubris, will bear silent witness to the atrocities of our time. Foreign cyber attacks, rampant corruption, and the catastrophic consequences of climate change denial will etch their scars deep into the marrow of our collective memory. The Republican Party, once a beacon of democracy, now stands as a twisted monument to insurrection and tyranny. Through the toxic allure of Trumpism, they have wielded their power like a butcher's knife, carving deep into the soul of our nation, leaving democracy bleeding and broken in their wake. And as the once proud eagle of America lies crippled and broken, a new specter looms on the horizon. A Chinese military juggernaut, emboldened by our weakness, descends upon us like a vengeful god, snuffing out the last flicker of American resistance with ruthless efficiency. Neutron bombs rain down upon our cities, sparing the buildings but annihilating the very essence of our existence. We, the proud citizens of America, are reduced to mere shadows, slaves in our own land, serving the whims of our Chinese overlords. Relocation camps become our new homes, shrinking in size as the iron fist of oppression tightens its grip. Treaties are torn asunder, dissent silenced by the insidious propaganda machine that now dominates the airwaves. And in the halls of a future museum, a towering obelisk stands as a grim testament to our collective downfall. Engraved upon its base in letters of bronze, a chilling tribute to those who orchestrated our demise, in appreciation of the group that made the North American resettlement a reality. And as the spotlight illuminates the towering structure, casting a pall of darkness over our shattered dreams, a single logo gleams defiantly at its zenith. A grotesque emblem of manipulation and deceit, the Fox News insignia, a beacon of falsehood in a world consumed by lies.